If I wanted to give Karen a heart attack,
you'd tell her that.
I'd tell her I love her. If I said, I love you, she would walk out the door.
Damn. But bro, like...
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. I told you guys about Married at First Sight. Miles and Karen once again talk about the barbershop situation, and also as well the situation with the massage as well. I mean, we saw a bit more hands-on from Karen. I mean, hey ho. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for a notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, we appreciate you stay locked and still loaded. You already know what it is. You got the minerals, you got the minerals. Send them back to the manufacturer, baby. Alright, cool. So, obviously, two scenes that I think a lot of people obviously were interested in is the barbershop scene and also as well the massage scene. So, one thing I think is quite interesting is Karen's behavior towards Miles, right? In terms of the intimacy of physical touch. What I've realized about Karen is, bruv, she ain't doing nothing unless you push her to do something. Unless it's an absolute task to do something. Have you noticed a kiss that came, most of them, kiss came in the Truth or Dare, okay? Like, there was kiss game happened with the balls game, and now a massage happens because they've been pushed to go to a massage thing to do physical touch, right? And the way that the massage thing even came about sounded as if someone had told her, listen, Karen, get it together. Get it together. It sounded like someone said, get it together. Okay, listen, let's go and do an activity, get you guys to be physically touching, right? Because we went from unsafe to touching man's body. Touch my body, get me on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's interesting is the fact that he wasn't touching her body, she was touching his. Again, let me talk about control.
Oh my God, I feel so good.
You're enjoying yourself.
Because that's where we're at right now, right? It's interesting that the massage was her to him, not him to her. Because it's about what? Control. Because if she's massaging, she's in control. He ain't never going to be in control in this relationship, it seems like, right? You're asking for a leadership type of male, a male to stand up, but not giving him no room to stand up in. You know what I mean? Like, you shorten the ceiling, so how can he stand up tall when the ceiling is crushing him, so he has to tilt his neck like that? You can't do it. How do you expect him to lead, but you're not getting out of the driver's seat, so he can't drive the car? You understand? So that scene where she obviously massaged him, I saw that, okay, yeah, she massaged his feet and massaged his bum even area, and I think it was even the crotch area, a little massage, and it was close to getting to his penis area. I saw all of that. You know, and when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool. It looks like progress. But again, I had to reiterate myself. This is happening in a task. This is happening in an activity. This is happening in something that they've been pushed to do. Okay?
Thank you. We're about to find how much work massage is going to be. First, we'll just remove the socks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We are starting off.
Pushed to do. So remember I said in my other review that it's I'm willing to do, which means you've been told to do something and you're willing to do, not I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to do means I desire to do. It's in me to desire to do. Willing to do means I'm willing to yield to whatever you said. I will do. I will is in conjunction with something has said to you. Do you understand? Yeah? And so that want is about desire, not the will. And so now we've got her massaging him, and you know he said he really loved the massage and everything like that. And during even
I feel so good right now.
I'm definitely attracted to Miles, and I do want to have physical intimacy.
that scene, she even said, "Listen, I really, you know, find him attractive." Rah rah rah. And I was like, "Okay, I hear ya, I feel ya, but let's have some real conversation about intimacy. Listen, all this touchy feeling on the massage board is good." But let's talk about it, because we need to talk about what level you're at. And if you only do PDA, or should I say even physical touch, when there's an activity, we got a problem. We got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And we must deal with the problem. You know what I mean? Let's take it back to the root cause.
Does she like you back?
Yes, bro. She does not want to get hurt again. She's really sweet. She's caring. She's fun.
I already said in my other review that I think really that there might have been some abuse, emotional, sexual, physical in the last relationship, because the way she's acting about this whole intimacy situation, the way she dodges questions doesn't seem right. This is not about being slow. This is about you. You see, someone being slow was what Armani was doing. And even if she held up till now, it would still have been slow. Why? Because she was still communicating. But here, we're being slow and no communication, right? Dodging questions. So for me, that was irritating. So again, I want to point out to you guys, she was massaging him. That put her in control, not him. So whenever she, like she said, whenever she feels like, it's not when we are ready, it's when you are ready. I'm ready to go. It's when you are ready, which means you're now in control. Do you feel what I'm saying? Again, so to my point, obviously as well, to the barbershop scene. Now, what's crazy? I really said in my other review. It's about control again. That Karen left the yard, didn't come.
If I wanted to give Karen a heart attack,
Yeah, tell her that.
I'd tell her I love her. If I said I love you, she would walk out the door.
Damn. But bro, like,
Come home that night. Yeah. Now in the barbershop, we get to see Miles verbally express what he showed facially and body language earlier on. Okay, when he was discussing with Karen and she was telling him about how she felt and da-da-da on the couch, his face showed he was not happy. Just like his face showed he was not happy from the last episode when they went in the shopping mall.
And like you don't know how to like
Handle it.
yet.
Yeah.
Like this new hairstyle that I got, and I'm like
In the shop, right? Same facial expression, the sullen face. Yeah. Now in the barbershop with another male who's his best friend, there is an expression of trueness of how he feels. Yeah. He states quite clearly that, my friend, you know, I wasn't happy, bruv. I wasn't happy with the situation. I wasn't happy. And why is he not happy? Because he's got anxiety and depression. And obviously the fact that, you know, he said he didn't know if she was safe. That's
If I wanted to give Karen a heart attack,
yeah, tell her that.
I'd tell her I love her. If I said I love you, she would walk out the door.
Damn. But bro, like,
problematic. Karen's already doing I'm going to leave you and do whatever I want to do and go whenever I want to go. Again, control. You understand? And so what he said was that he didn't even know she was safe. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You feel me? Now, what was interesting is the fact that he made a comment which I think, yo, that scares me, and I think everyone should be like, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, when man says, if I told Karen I loved her, yeah, she'll have a heart attack. Now, if you were to tell me if I was to cheat on Karen, she'll have a heart attack, I think we could all go, yeah, you're absolutely right. Right? That's normal. Yeah? But if you get to a point where you say, if I told my wife that I loved her, she would have a heart attack, what do you think that's doing to your mindset? What do you think that's doing to Miles? I already done told you this already, that Miles has to overthink everything to the point where he has to even use his boy, Bennett, to get a kiss. Deep it. We're in dangerous territories, my guy. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah? Every physical touch, he has to initiate the physical touch. Okay? And so now you're telling me, if you were to tell her you loved her, which means you can't even, maybe you're feeling a certain way towards that and you want to, but you can't say it. You're feeling a certain way to say you love her, you couldn't say it because you're scared of her reaction. You're scared of the way that she'll behave in accordance to you saying,
like, I
she has to take
feel
it
like
slow.
if that's the way you feel, then that's the way you feel.
She likes to take it slow. When it comes to love, personally, I know I'm not quite there yet.
you love that person. And Woody was right. How can it be the case? His facial expressions, Woody, was saying the whole story. What? That doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? It don't make sense. It don't correlate. It don't match up. You feel me? Like, that should tell you where you're at. So when you were labeling an 8 earlier on, we're all looking at you, Miles, like, what are you doing, bro? It's not an 8. You're not even close to being an 8, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole thing is going to be on a ticking time bomb. Your patience, Miles, versus her slowness of attraction. Yeah, and how much she's willing to drag you along, bro. Like, so it's mad because obviously seeing the situation, you know, how would you advise your boy if your boy tells you, listen, look, if I told my missus I loved her, she'd go AWOL, right? I think that in itself is a telling response as to what position you hold in this relationship.
So upset, and she chose not to come home that night.
How it made you feel?
Bro, I was pissed. Like, I told her to take the space that you needed, but I didn't expect her to
Not come on.
right.
felt about the way that she didn't come home that night. He said obviously she chose to not come home that night. The word chose is very important. Why? Because it shows a deliberation and it shows a deliberateness to do something, right? You had a choice to make and you made a certain choice. An action got taken based on your choice. Now here, what was the choice? You have to go out and not come back home. But the way he said chose, he saw that it was intentional. But here's the problem. You apologized.
Like, first and foremost, I want to apologize for making you feel uncomfortable. Like, I broke your trust and made you feel like betrayed. And so I apologize for that.
You see, and you apologized about the way you behaved the night before, but didn't address the fact that, listen, you went out, and when you came back, you went out and didn't come back until the next day. Now, she probably went to her mum's house, okay? Went to spoke to her mum, and maybe her mum sent her back because the energy she came back with was positive vibes. You understand? The energy she came back with was positive vibes, Rude Boy. You understand? So I don't know what happened to her that night before, yeah? But she came out with positive vibes. All right, cool. So, you know, he felt that it was an intentional, deliberate action on her.
But I didn't expect her to
Not come home.
right. Because I think if roles were reversed, and I say I'm not coming home, like, what's the narrative then?
The part not to come home, and he felt hurt by that, right? That's why he said she chose not to come home that night. And Woody, again, facial expression tells us all we need to know. He's confused. What's going on? What's going on, bro? Like, how are you accepting this? This is becoming almost abusive, bro. Can't tell her you love her, and now also as well that she can leave whenever she feels like it. And if you don't address it now, she'll continue to do this in the future because she feel like she is able to do it. Right? Because she didn't address it first.
I was trying to come home. I was like, whatever. I don't want to bother her because she's already said little things already bother her, so I know pestering her about it.
I don't know how I would have took money not coming home, being honest.
Yeah, how would you respond?
I didn't want to contact her. Listen to this. I didn't want to contact her because she said little things don't really bother her or whatever. Or little things don't bother her or whatever she said. And I was like, yo, bro, deep bit. You can't tell her you love her. She goes home, doesn't tell you, doesn't know you're safe. Okay, you can't get compliments, can't do physical touch, can't talk intimacy. Okay, now obviously you know that little things like that can't really say them things there. You know?
Like, whatever. I don't want to bother her because she's already said little things already bother her, so I know pestering her about it.
I don't know how I would
Understand? So it's not going to affect her. So what would you, you'd have been just bothering her, basically, yeah? If you had said those little things, you'd have been bothering her. Should have been more annoyed. Deep it. Little things would have annoyed her. That you'd have said, deep it. Where are you right now, Miles? You're not in a good place. This is not a relationship right now. This is getting onto the verge. Like I said this. When people are hurt, they hurt people. Now, no matter how innocent they look, okay, the shutdown is passive aggressiveness and it becomes abusive when it's used over and over again. When you shut down in your relationship and say, I'm not doing this no more, and you shut down completely and you fail to communicate and be open, what you actually become is start to become passive aggressive and you start to become abusive towards your partner. Emotionally abusive, because now you're not allowing that partner in to communicate with you.
I have to be extremely patient right now. And like, we have to go at the pace that we're at. And right now she's kind of dictating that.
Okay? And so that becomes a danger. And that's why I'm feeling like Mars was going like. And I knew that from the very jump, because the very beginning, the fact that she saw your Instagram page and brought it up to you, yeah, was problematic in its first place. Okay? So she's now dictating the pace. Okay? She's now dictating the pace. And so, you know, even that, you know, earlier on she even said that she doesn't know if she can move past this. So you have to deep, bro, like, every time I'm looking at the situation, it's not looking good. Can't tell her you love her. Can't say little things to her because it bothers her. She won't tell you when she goes out because she went out and didn't tell anybody. And she doesn't know if she can move past the calendar situation. It's not looking good. Guys, all I'm saying to you is, in relationships, there has to be communication. And when there's not communication, and you have to let the person be able to come to a place of understanding. The Bible says, I pray that the eyes of your understanding are opened. Why? Because when you begin to understand, you begin to move in that understanding. It's when people don't understand that they don't know how to move. It's all well and good having knowledge, but if you don't understand, you can't move. I personally think that Karen is unconsciously taking advantage of Mars' good nature now. You feel me? The tables are flipping. You get me? I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe you guys see things differently. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. And let's go from there. Appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. More love.